Love?
Yeah, you got it. Love of God. Prema, that's the mystery. And that's what everybody else is missing, the impersonalists, the karmas, gandhis, yogis. They don't have this love. They don't have, as we were speaking, reciprocation. Now, Srila Prabhupada gives the example of when you actually have the vision of love, how you will see. This is in the purport of the Chaturshloki 2936. Prabhupada says, if you have the vision of love, you will see the personality of Godhead in every atom and every movable and immovable object. And I heard a lecture where Prabhupada said, you will see the Lord even between the atoms, not only in the atom. Then I guess there's space there between atoms that Prabhupada knows about. You know, even the scientists may not know about this. But at the same time, you see him in every atom. At the same time, you see him in Goloka, enjoying his pastimes. So Prabhupada said, this vision is the mystery of spiritual knowledge. And you cannot do it by intellectual gymnastics of the Jnanis. So then Prabhupada says that, in the purport he says this, that the spiritually developed person can have the television of the kingdom of God always reflected in his heart. Now, did you know you have a television in your heart? Many channels. You have a material one and you have a spiritual one. Now the material one you all know about, I don't have to tell you about that. And the spiritual one, perhaps you may know that there are many channels. There is the Goloka channel, the Ayodhya channel, Mathura channel, Dwaraka channel, the Shingadev channel. And, but now, Srila Prabhupada in the lecture, he said our TV is broken. The TV in our heart is broken. So you need some expert repairman to fix the TV. And he tells us who is that repairman. Actually, men is plural. So who can tell me?
Gurus.
Guru, okay, that's one. Guru,
Shastra.
Sadhu, and Shastra. That's the repairman for the TV in our heart. And once they repair our TV, then we won't switch channels. We'll just keep on the Goloka channel, or whichever, Vrindavan, or Mathura, whichever one you like. You can turn on, tune in, and see all the time. And isn't that a wonderful thing to look forward to?
Yes.
Good, I'm glad you like it. So, yeah, this is the mystery. So now the next two verses, 15 and 16, there's a very interesting, I think you do have these verses, at least 15 you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have, what else? You have 16? Yeah. Oh, great, okay. So now notice, you will notice when I read to you the purport, that these two verses have an intimate connection with Bhagavad Gita verses 1865 and 66. Bhagavad Gita is a seed, and Bhagavatam is the seed is sprouting into a plant and expanding. So we can see it right before our eyes here in 15 and 16. Verse 15 is an expansion and explanation of 1865, Manmana Bhagavad Bhakto, think of me, become my devotee. And verse 16 is an expansion of verse 66 in 18th chapter, give up all varieties of religion, surrender to me, and I will protect you. So, let us sing this verse 15. Yat kirtanam yat smaranam yadikshanam kirtanam yat smaranam yadikshanam yavandanam yat shavanam yadahanam yavandanam yat shavanam yadahanam lokasya satya Vittinatikam Tasmai Subhadra Shase Namo Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna, about whom glorification, remembrances, audience, prayers, hearing and worship can at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer. So Kirtan, here we have Kirtan first instead of Shravanam, because if there is Kirtanam, there must be Shravanam. And you have to hear. If somebody is singing, chanting, then you will also hear And after Kirtanam comes Smaranam. And here's a new one, Ikshanam. Ikshanam means see. And Prabhupada says, yeah, if you just sit down in front of the deity and see, that's Ikshanam. An icy jest is Krishna, an icy jest is Radharani, Ikshanam. And here we have an extra, and more than the 9 process of devotional service, we have another one here, Ikshanam. It's more simple than chanting, and you just look at the deities. And Prabhupada expanded that to book distribution. If they see the book, if they see the picture, that's Ikshanam. They will see Krishna. And perhaps I told this story last year. I'll tell it again, it's worth it. There was one book distributor who was distributing Bhagavad Gita, and one person bought it, he took it home, and his roommate picked it up. The roommate was a drunkard. He picked up the Gita, he read one line. The embodied soul passes from birth, death, from youth, boyhood to youth to old age, the self-realized soul is not disturbed. He read this one line, and he threw the book away. Nonsense. But then the day came when this drunkard had a near-death experience. He drank so much, he passed out. And then he was taken to Yamaraj. And Yamaraj said, you have been very sinful, you must suffer. What are you going to do now? And he remembered, this is a true story. He remembered the one line from Bhagavad Gita, and he told it to Yamaraj. You know, you pass from boy to youth, and he came back to consciousness. Oh, what was that? He picked up the Gita, read the whole thing, and he went and joined the temple, became brahmachari. But then, after 6 months, this brahmachari life is too austere. I need a drink. So he went back to the bar, started drinking all day. Nighttime came. The bartender said, okay, we're closing up now, you have to go home. And then the bartender said, what are you going to do now? Same thing Yamaraj said. Oh, he just had a fright and he ran back to the temple. So, Krishna reminds you, sometimes you try to go away from Krishna consciousness, but Krishna reminds you, brings you back. So yes, Ikshanam, he just saw one line. One of Radha Kun, my god sister, she just reads one line to everyone, so they get it. At least they get something. So Kirtanam, Ikshanam, Smaranam, remembering. And if Prabhupada says, if you're more intelligent, then you'll offer prayers, Vandanam, and Shravanam, and then Arhanam. And he said, if you're very expert, then you will perform deity worship. So let's go to verse 16, and this is a very amazing, wonderful verse, which goes with 1866 of Bhagavad Gita. It's an expansion, it's an upgrade. So let us sing this verse 16. Vichakshanayat charanopasadanat, Vichakshanayat charanopasadanat, Sangam yadasya payatantaratmana, Sangam yadasya payatantaratmana, Nidanti bhama gatim kataklamas, Nidanti bhama gatim kataklamas, Tasmai subhadra shavase namo namaha, Tasmai subhadra shavase namo namaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna, the highly intellectual, simply by surrendering unto his lotus feet are relieved of all attachments to present and future existences, and without difficulty progress toward spiritual existence. Now, I want you to look at this verse and tell me where's the upgrade from 1866 Bhagavad Gita to this verse. I will tell you verse 1866, give up all varieties of religion, surrender to me, and I will protect you from all sinful reactions, do not fear. Yes?
Yes, that is how to say the liberation. There is no karma to fear, but here we have also the progress towards the real shelter of
good service. Yes, anything else? There is another thing in this verse too. There's another
simply by surrendering.
Simply by surrendering, yes, surrender's there in 1866. Another upgrade.
Ooh.
There's another one.
Relieved of all attachment, not only the sins, but also the tendency towards attachment.
Okay, you got it. But actually here in the verse it says, So to present and future existences, yes. In 1866, I will protect you from all sinful reactions, past. Now we got to upgrade to present and future as well, here. All attachment to present and future. Because, okay, our past sins are finished, what about now? What about, if I do something in the future? So here, it's an upgrade. I will protect you from your present and future attachments. Attachment to present and future. So this is so wonderful. How Bhagavatam is expanding Bhagavad Gita here. And in the purport, Prabhupada quotes these verses, 1864 to 66, and he gives a very wonderful translation, quite different from the one he gave you see in Bhagavad Gita. So this is another upgrade here, just in these verses. My dear Arjuna, you are very dear to me. Therefore, only for your good, I will disclose the most secret part of my instruction. It is simply this. Become a pure devotee of mine. Give yourself to me only. So, in 1860, in the other one, he says surrender. Here he says, give yourself to me. Prabhupada's translating it. That's more like a lover, you give yourself to Krishna. It's not like surrender. When we think of surrender, we think, oh, master servant. But here, give yourself. That's a whole other idea. It's a whole other relationship that Prabhupada is talking here in this purport. And I promise you full spiritual existence, by which you may gain the eternal right of transcendental loving service unto me. Isn't that beautiful? So this is his translation. Believe I will protect you from your sinful acts, and I shall deliver you. Do not worry anymore. So give ourselves. What does that mean to give yourself to Krishna? Srila Prabhupada explained in a lecture that when we wake up in the morning, we think, I have so many problems today. But no, we have only one problem. It's only one problem we have. What is that one problem?
Forgetting Krishna.
Forgetting Krishna. You're very close. That is a problem when we forget Krishna. But there's a solution to that problem of forgetting Krishna. Yeah, that's very similar. Forgetting Krishna and lack of Krishna consciousness, these are similar.
Remembering Krishna.
Good, remembering. So Prabhupada said our only one problem is how to accept Krishna. That's our problem of the day, of our life. Krishna is coming in so many ways. But we have to accept Krishna, be receptive to Krishna, be open, make ourselves a pure instrument to receive Him. And so Krishna is calling us. When I was giving the seminar on Prahlad Maharaj, in a purport, or in a lecture, it was a purport, Prabhupada said that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is calling us. And it is this verse, Sarva Dharma Parityaja, just give up, just surrender to me, come to me. This is how Krishna is calling us in Bhagavad Gita. So now he's again calling us in this verse that surrender to me, accept me, please accept me. When we chant Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada gave us the mood that we should cry and say, please accept me, please accept me. And when we chant very nicely, again in a lecture, Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna comes when we're very attentive in our chanting. He will come and he will say, please accept me, please accept me. So we have to be open for that when Krishna comes, and we have to accept him. And he may come in many ways, and the way we least expect it. So the last verse for today is verse 17. And we will sing it again together. Tapas vinodana parayashas vino. Tapas vinodana parayashas vino. Manas vino mantra vidasumangalaha. Manas vino mantra vidasumangalaha. Shivam navindanti vinayadarpanam. Shivam navindanti vinayadarpanam. Tasmai Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. Tasmai Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna again and again, because the great learned sages the great performers of charity, the great workers of distinction, the great philosophers and mystics, the great chanters of Vedic hymns, and the great followers of Vedic principles cannot achieve any fruitful result without dedication of such great qualities to the service of the Lord. So here we have a list of great people, and this list was made 5,000 years ago, so it may be a bit different from the list that people will make nowadays. And we have here great sages. I don't think they will be in the list. Tapasvis, ascetics, no, I don't think so. They will be in today's list. Dhanapara, yes, the charitable people, humanitarian people who give in charity, they would be in the list today also. Making charity, yashas, famous people, yes, we have those. Of course, 5,000 years ago, it would be a different kind of famous people that would be on the list. Now, who would be on the list? Who is famous? Whose glories are sung in the internet and all over the world, in the newspapers? Who are they? Great. Who are these famous people?
Millionaires.
Millionaires. Okay, if you have money, good. And who has money?
Power.
Who?
Power.
Power. Oh, power. Okay. Who has power? Who has money? Yes? No, you were just... Okay.
Film stars.
Huh?
Film stars.
Film stars. Yes, they are famous and rich. Like John Lennon, when Prabhupada was staying in his house. In the living room, they had a picture of John and his wife naked. And Prabhupada said, just see. Just see. And they are so degraded, but the reporters are coming to ask their opinion on very important things. But look, look at who they are. Look at who, the reporters are coming to ask their opinion on John Lennon. And anyway, they're not film stars. They are musicians. These rock people are famous. The film stars, the athletes. So this is our world of today. The politicians. The politicians are famous and rich also. So anyway, this is our, who else do we have here? Manasvina. Philosophers, high thinkers, great thinkers, I don't know. I think instead of this, we would have scientists on the list today, perhaps, who are very proud of making all this GMO food. And so many ways to kill us quickly, as Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita. They're Ugra Karma, they're thinking how to destroy the world. That is their business. They're trying to think of many ways, and they are somewhat successful. And then there's a mantra Veda, chanters of Vedic hymns, that's out of the list for today. We will have the film stars, they are the chanters of today. And you hear these film music in India especially. In mantra Veda, Sumangala, all auspicious. So these are auspicious. But the point is that, okay, if you're famous, if you're rich, whatever you are, then use it for Krishna, then it will become perfect. Otherwise, you lose it after you die, and you can't take it with you. So everybody has something, some gift. That is the application for us. We may not be famous, we may not be rich, but we all have a gift from Krishna that we can use in Krishna's service, and then it will be successful. And if we just use it for ourselves, then it won't be successful. So the preacher, he knows how to, Srila Prabhupada, he could draw out our service for Krishna in so many ways. He could find out what gift we had, and he would use it in Krishna's service. So I have a friend of my god sister. She used to buy jewelry in New York for the Krishna Balaram deities in Vrindavan. And she was going to New York, and there was this one lady who had a jewelry shop, a very heavy lady, like a real street lady, you know, just completely New York heavy lady. So one time she brought a picture of Krishna Balaram and showed the deities of Vrindavan temple with this lady's jewelry. She said, "Oh, they're such cute boys. Who are they?" And so then my god sister said, "Yeah, you know, they lived 5,000 years ago." She said, "Really? And people still remember them? Why? How could they still remember them after 5,000 years?" So my god sister said, "Yes, because they killed all the mafia in their village. And she understood. Yeah, right, oh, yeah, that's right. So she got it. Then the lady, gave some donation of jewelry and how to engage people in Krishna service. So this is our duty, how to engage people, how to make them remember Krishna, and engage them what gift they have, and how they will understand Krishna. And so she understood the mafia. And so, yeah, I know, I was also, I have this one doctor, and I gave her one of my books that I wrote about Bhagavatam, and I was having the whole 10th canto. And she was so fascinated because she deals with spirits. She said, oh yeah, what is that one? Tell me about that demon, tell me about that demon, and what was he? And I said, yeah, they're shapeshifters. That's what they call them nowadays. Yeah, they're these, they change their form. She said, oh yeah, shapeshifters, yeah, I know. So, yeah, that one was a witch, and she didn't show her real form. She came to a beautiful lady, and then that one was a horse, because she likes horse. Horse, yeah, that one became a horse, and that one was a calf, and that one was a bull, and she got it, yeah, right, he's powerful. He can take care of these shapeshifters. So you have to relate, how they can understand Krishna consciousness. So yeah, this is our challenge of our life, how to preach, how to engage everybody's tendency in the service of Krishna. So we have, now I'll stop here, I'll remind you of your homework. The first one was how to systematically think of Guru and Krishna during your day. The second homework question is, how does Krishna and Guru, how do they reciprocate with us? And how do we respond when they reciprocate with us? So if you have any questions or comments, then we can answer them at this point. We do have some time. Yes?
There is nothing? I can't be answered.
Go ahead.
It's just a comment.
Okay.
You were saying how to those who are not devotees, this is a great mystery or a great myth.
Yeah.
And when I went once to India, I was in the airport, and I spoke to a couple, and the husband was saying, oh, Hare Krishna. So you believe in this Krishna, but we are from India, and I have to tell you, this is a myth.
They're teaching in the schools.
Yeah. So I said, yes, I respect your right to have your own belief. He became very angry.
Huh?
He became very angry. I said to him, I respect your right to have your own belief. He said, no, you have a belief. I said, yeah, I have a belief and you have a belief. You believe
Exactly. Yeah, it's a myth. Prabhu said it's a myth for the non-devotees. But that's what they're teaching in the schools. But now it's changing, I think, with our new Prime Minister. He's bringing Gita and Sanskrit and things like that into the schools. So and stopping cow slaughter, so it sounds good. Yes?
Is it not the main problem is that we have not we have not any relationship with Krishna?
Okay, the main problem is we have no relationship with Krishna.
Otherwise we could remember, if you would love somebody, if you would care about somebody.
Right, if you love and care for somebody.
You're thinking about the person automatically, you don't force yourself. But how we can increase our love and devotion to him?
How can we?
The secret.
Yeah, the secret is how to increase our love and devotion for Krishna. Well, I guess what I would ask you is, why do you want to have a relationship with Krishna? Why? Why? What is it in Krishna that attracts you? Why do you want it? I think that's the question we need to ask ourselves. Okay, yeah, we're supposed to have some wonder, but why? Why should I have this relationship? Why not so many other things? And we do find a lot of other things to have a relationship with. Well, okay, we can just ask that question. Why do you want a relationship with Krishna? Why Krishna?
He's so charming and tricky.
He's charming and tricky, okay.
To act in the correct way.
Pardon me?
To act in a good way.
To act in a good way. He gives you the right path. He tells you the right good thing to do. To act, and we should We should, yes. That's the duty. It is our duty, and it's the right thing to do to have a relationship with Krishna. And why else should we have it? Yes?
Because there's really no one else who can reciprocate in a full way.
Nobody else can reciprocate with us fully. Okay, very good. Yes, with that experience we have. I think most of us in this world, in whatever relationship we're looking for, they can't really reciprocate in the fullest way, as Krishna can.
Maybe with devotees, but then it's because Krishna is there.
Yeah. With devotees it's possible, because Krishna is there. If you allow Krishna to be there in your relationships, then you will feel satisfied in your relationships. Okay, any other? Yes?
He won't cheat us.
He won't cheat us. Yeah, that's what we felt about Prabhupada. That whatever he said, he was the example. We could not compete with him. he was so much more than all of us put together. And it was just completely transcendental. Yes.
Out of gratitude for spiritual master.
Out of gratitude, okay, we should have a relationship with Krishna out of gratitude with our spiritual master. You have your hand back up? Okay. Yes.
Again, as His Holiness Satchidananda Swami tells us, in every person's living being's heart there is a vacuum.
A vacuum, a hole in the heart.
And it's just Krishna who can feel. You cannot feel it with any word.
Only Krishna can fill the hole in your heart, the vacuum.
You need him to fill this vacuum.
Yes, way in the back there.
We see that all the great personalities, they try to have a relationship with Krishna. So maybe I should just follow them.
Okay, we should follow all the great personalities who tried to have, yes, this is the people, Mahajana, Yena, Katas, Anta. We should follow the Mahajans, not the movie stars, not the rock stars, not the athletes. We should follow the Mahajans. Yes, any other reason why we should have a relationship with Krishna? Of all people, I mean, who are we? Yes?
Because he's already there. We already have that.
Okay, because he's already there and we just want to discover it, yes? Uncover it, discover it. We have it, so we have to find it. Yes, Madhavananda?
Because Radharani loves him.
Because Radharani loves him. Okay. Isn't that a wonderful idea?
Yes.
Radharani loves him, that's why we should have a relationship with Krishna. We want to follow Radharani. Yes, the ultimate leader. Any other? Yes?
The process has worked so far. I mean, whatever I have tried, it worked. It gave promise results in a way, so it seems a good way to actually continue.
Okay, the process, so far it's worked. We've done the experiment, and we've got the results, and it's working. And some of us are still trying after 45 years to do it in a good way, in a quality way.
I mean, even if we don't want Krishna tricks us back.
Oh yes, yes.
Somehow, it's not like I always want to have a relationship with him.
Yeah. It's not like we always want to have a relationship, but he forces us sometimes. He takes us back. Yeah. He drags us unwillingly. That is a verse in Canto 3. Let me think. Canto 3, chapter 25, verse 35, 36 says, when you look at the deities, you forget everything and you're in a liberated state. Even unwillingly, you become liberated when you look at the deities. This is a beautiful verse by Kapila-dev. Even unwillingly, you're liberated. Even if you don't want to be liberated, you're liberated. It's wonderful. Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of us. That we're dragging our feet here sometimes. No, it's not so bad here. Let me stay a few more years. Well, when old age hits, and then that myth goes away very fast.